Meet the sheriffs.
Let's go and introduce ourselves.
Got an high court writ to attend here today.
If it's not paid, we're going to be removing the stock.
Their job is to get you your money back.
It's about to get physical.
It's an arrestable offence to stop me doing my job.
If you've been ripped off and don't know where to turn,
we need to deal with it now.
We're going to remove vehicles to that value.
If you're acting on his authority, pay it.
if you've been to court but still not been paid what you're owed,
Are you going to open this building, sir, or am I going to force entry into it? You need to pay this.
it's time to call the sheriff.
Put your hands on me. I'm going to call the locksmith, effect entry into the premises and remove all the items. Whoa.
They're enforcement agents of the High Court, and the law says they're on your side.
It's collected 42 grand.
Coming up, Sue Bodkin's van broke down after just a few days.
I was left without a van and I was devastated.
Sheriffs Lawrence and Kev visit the garage that sold it to her. Can they get her what she's owed?
You need to sort this out today, or we will strip this garage bare.
This one going?
Yes.
This one's going, sorry, man.
In London, the sheriffs are evicting squatters from a barricaded building.
I've got a writ of possession for the property and you're getting evicted this morning.
But as tensions rise, can the eviction be completed peacefully? And sheriffs Darryl and Mark are in pursuit of an old adversary with a huge debt.
I was gobsmacked. It's a figure in excess of 7 million.
But where is the elusive debtor?
He's done one. He's ran upstairs and hid.
Not all the writs enforced by the sheriffs involve getting money out of people. Sometimes they turn their skills to enforcing judgments which concern getting people out of buildings. Like today in Greenwich, South London, where a commercial building has been occupied by squatters. It's part of a growing problem. Since squatting in residential properties was criminalised, a wider range of commercial buildings are being occupied, like this one.
Well, yeah, I've snapped those.
This morning, the sheriffs face a real challenge. The building has been barricaded. Leading the eviction is enforcement agent Conrad Van Zyl.
We don't know how many occupants are inside. We've got a locksmith with a High Court writ. We've got the power to force entry and obtain possession back to the client.
The landlord wants to redevelop this one-time photographic studio, but this is the second time squatters have occupied the building. It has several entrances, all with high security doors.
We're just assessing around the building, and as soon as we find a suitable place, we'll attempt to go inside.
The landlord supplied a locksmith, but the sheriffs are going to try and charm their way in first.
Hello? Hello? Anybody inside?
There's no response from inside the building. The landlord's locksmith will now try to force entry. The new approach gets some attention.
Good morning, mate. Got a High Court writ of possession for the property. You've been evicted. Do you want to waken everyone up?
Excuse me, what are you doing?
I've got a writ of possession for the property and you're getting evicted this morning.
Yeah, but nobody gave us papers or anything.
I've got a legal document that gives me the power to obtain possession of this property.
You better start packing your belongings.
Defeated by the jammed lock, the locksmith is going to try the second door. Meanwhile, some of the squatters have come down into the alleyway.
I've got a writ of possession for the property. Yeah, you can have a look at it. No.
You're not filming me.
While Conrad talks to the squatters, the locksmith attempts the second door.
I'm showing it to you. One thing, I'll show you.
Put your camera away.
This time, the outer door opens.
At the minute, they've barricaded the property from the inside. There's a couple of them on the side of the building, and we now attempt the negotiation process to see whether they want to open or not.
At the alleyway fence, the squatters are claiming they should have seen paperwork. But the sheriffs know that a live High Court writ is all they need.
Can I see your paper, please?
Say again.
You would like have one copy of this paper?
No, that's not how it works, mate. That's not how it works. It's not how it works.
Yeah.
No.
That how it's supposed to be? Because
It's not how it works.
We are in democracy.
Well, there's no point shouting from up there, show me the papers, and I've got it in my hand, is there? Come on down, I'll show you it. I haven't got, massive arms to give it up to you. Come on down, I'll show you it.
The roller shutter has been jammed from the inside and won't open. It can't be saved.
We just cut it with a grinder. Just go through it.
Meanwhile, the police have arrived, called by the squatters.
Yeah, I don't know.
I tell you what it is. There's my badge.
Yep, lovely.
That's the writ from the High Court that gives us the power to enter the property this morning.
What?
The locksmith is still unable to get into the building, but the squatters have got out.
Well, where did you come out?
Yeah.
Let's talk, yeah? No, listen, I'm going to explain it to you, yeah? Stop talking over the top of me. I've already explained it to your colleague. Listen, this is a High Court writ of possession for this property. You're in a commercial building, you're squatting, okay? Right, writ number 66. Claimant, the person that owns the property. Defendant, persons unknown, i.e. you and your colleagues, right?
Yeah.
Bit about the Queen, bit about the authorised officer. Tells you a bit more what I'm commanded to do, which means I've got to cause the claimant to have possession of this property, which you're in. What else would you like to know?
They are still arguing about the legality of the eviction.
No, there's no talking to be had, real lawyer. You're being evicted.
Because I think it's my...
No, listen.
We are still in democracy.
No, listen.
Officer,
Okay,
okay. This one.
Excuse me, you keep telling me you're still in democracy, yeah? This gives me the power to remove you. You're unlawfully in this property. Simple, okay? I've showed you it 2 or 3 times. I've told you who I am. I've explained this to you. We're kicking around in circles. What you need to do is start packing your belongings.
Another of the squatters thinks there's something wrong with the date of the writ, but the sheriffs have heard enough.
You've probably been evicted by the County Court Bailiff, which is a different process than High Court. County Court Bailiff will tell you when he's coming and they'll turn up at a date and time. I don't.
Yeah.
That's how it is. I don't.
Right.
The locksmith has gone back to the first door. One of the landlords has arrived.
We can't waste longer to attempt to go in. Is there any way we can smash this and get inside?
Although the police were called by the squatters, the law is on the side of the sheriffs. So now they're going to assist with the eviction.
Yeah, you do.
The locksmith ramps up his efforts. But as the door continues to give the locksmith trouble, one of the landlord's colleagues arrives with something that should help. He has the keys.
This one? I think this is for the front one. Do you want to stick your hand and see if you can open that front one, please? Thanks.
So we're in.
So we've managed to open the first door, and now we're going through the shutter door.
Sort of joking.
The shutter doors are still jammed from the inside, and the police are talking to the occupants. When we return, we'll see what happens when the sheriffs get inside.
Got a legal document to evict you.
Sheriffs Lawrence Grix and Kev McNally are heading down to the seaside.
Nice sunny morning. It's 8:15 and we're going to a garage, Hewenden Road Garage Limited, on behalf of Ms Susan Bodkin. And we're looking today to remove goods to the value of £1,857.90.
They're on their way to help professional puppeteer Sue Bodkin.
And he's called Pirate Pete. My name is Pirate Pete.
She's been entertaining children and adults with her puppet performances for more than 15 years.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. You've got very kind children.
Sometimes she uses an innovative portable booth.
The way my booth's made, I disappear. So they really can create a world of wonder for them. And they think it's much more real than it actually is.
Sue planned to offer more ambitious puppet shows, but for that, she would need transport.
Before, I'd just been using my small little booth, which I could take on a bus or walk about in. And I thought it's about time I make a bigger show and have someone help me. I thought, well, I've only got a small car, so I need to get a larger vehicle. But I actually live on very little money, and I'm on sort of working tax credit, so it can be a bit of a struggle.
Looking round for a vehicle that would fit the bill, she happened to pass local dealers' Hewenden Road Garage when she spotted a bright yellow van.
I was quite excited, but I thought, no, calm down, it might be a wreck. He took me out, the garage owner, and it seemed okay, and it wasn't too expensive.
Loving the van, she paid £400 in cash for it and traded in her old car, making a total of £750 for the van. A big investment on a small budget. She took it home, but just days later, she ran into problems.
I tried to start the van and it wouldn't start, and I noticed the warning light was on, and I thought, oh no.
Sue got the van restarted, but she continued to have problems with the engine cutting out.
I began to get more and more concerned because as I was driving about, the van would suddenly cut out and then I'd be stuck on a roundabout or up a hill, and I felt quite scared in that position because I had people honking their horn, getting impatient, and I thought, I don't feel safe in this vehicle and I won't be able to drive it anymore, and I need to go back to the garage and definitely sort this out for good.
Sue asked Hewenden to fix the van and was told the problem was a fuel filter. She paid £40 to fix this and drove the van away, but it was far from the end of her problems.
The next day it was still as bad. I thought, no, this is not good enough, so I decided to go to another garage and get it fully checked out.
The new garage told her the problem was the engine control unit, or ECU. She went back to Hewenden to demand they fix this.
Basically, he said that he could fix it for me, but it would be another £450. And I said, but if this was a problem, surely you should be fixing it, because I bought it from you and it was only a little while ago.
If the car wasn't fit for purpose, consumer law means Sue had the right to have it fixed or get a refund. Encouraged by her family, Sue contacted Hewenden Road Garage, insisting they fix the faulty van they had sold her.
Every time we tried to contact the garage by letter or by telephone, he just refused to have any contact.
Sue's plans to expand her business had to be put on hold.
And then I was left without a van, and I was devastated because I had no way of doing my work and I had no vehicle to get about.
Sue was left with no alternative but to take the garage to court. Hewenden didn't attend the hearing and a judgment was issued in Sue's favour. The garage then applied to have this set aside, but their appeal was thrown out. But despite the court awarding Sue £890, she's still not been paid. Her only hope of seeing her money now rests with the sheriffs. Lawrence and Kev have arrived at Hewenden Road Garage in pursuit of Sue's money. The garage is full of equipment the sheriffs could remove, if need be, to clear the debt. But the one thing missing is the boss. A few minutes later, one of the mechanics gets him on the phone.
Hello there, sir.
The garage owner tells Lawrence that he's aware of the debt, but claims he doesn't have to pay it. But Lawrence knows otherwise.
The court ordered you to pay, didn't it, sir? Well, yes, it did.
The owner says he'd agreed Sue would return the faulty vehicle to him, but as she hasn't, he won't pay. This is something Sue Bodkin strongly disputes.
That's not what we're here to sort out today. We have a writ here ordering us to clear this debt. You need to sort this out today, or we will strip this garage bare.
Faced with the alternative, the owner agrees to come down.
OK. Cheers. Bye-bye.
If the owner doesn't pay, gear will be removed, and in a workshop full of tools and equipment, there's plenty of choice.
There's well enough equipment to warrant removing it if needed to be. Hopefully it won't come to that.
And then Kev spots something that chills even a seasoned sheriff.
Freddy Krueger in the corner. Not sure we'll be taking him. Probably quite collectible because it's quite realistic. Collector's auction, he'd probably go down quite well. I'll list their Freddy Krueger down just in case.
The owner's not yet in, but his son is, and he's familiar with the story.
You know about the case, do you?
Yeah, sold the van and about 6 months later the customer went after it.
Lawrence and Kev have already been at the garage over 40 minutes when the owner, the man who sold Sue her yellow van, arrives. Lawrence loses no time in setting out the situation.
Bottom line is, Ms. Bodkin got judgment against you, and with all the additional court costs and our fees, it's $1,857.90, which needs to be paid today. If you want to pay us in full, that will prevent further action today.
I can't pay because I need time to sort this out.
If you're telling me that you can't pay it, then I'm going to call in the trucks and start emptying the place now, and it's quicker to get it done now than it is to sort of drag out an argument for 2 hours.
But the garage owner believes none of the goods can be removed.
I can assure you that everything here is personal tools and the rest of it's all on finance anyway, and I've got proof of all finance, and you know you can't remove finance stuff.
If do you want to get your finance paperwork?
I've got all my finance paperwork.
Yeah, do you want to show us that?
I can do, yes.
You can't tell us things, you need to prove things.
The owner phones for advice.
Do you want to go? Yeah, no problem. Go on, I'll just cut the camera.
At this point, our camera is asked to stay outside. The owner says he can't afford to pay.
The guy's just been on the phone to the bank to see if he can get his credit card limit upped.
2.5 hours after the sheriffs walked into the garage, a business advisor arrives at the request of the garage owner. He gets the owner to produce paperwork showing much of the kit in the garage is on finance and can't be removed. But having counted up the agreements, Lawrence believes one of the diagnostic machines is not on finance. He just has to find which one. And moments later, they find the diagnostics kit. They remove it to help repay Sue's debt. Kev's keen to get the machine into the van as quickly as possible.
It's left the premises.
Bring that back.
You haven't shown me the agreement?
We're sorting it out.
My colleague just said, hold up, wait there. My colleague just said bring us out. Lawrence!
Yeah, on my way.
This one going?
Yes.
This one's going, sorry mate.
We've looked at all we've looked at all the agreements and it isn't on there.
So we just got a bit of diagnostics kit here. Generally quite expensive. Continue to go through the list, see what other stuff they got. Hopefully there'll be some other stuff that we can remove as well, get in the van.
With only one diagnostic machine, Kev and Lawrence are keen to take some smaller items so that their value at auction covers the debt owed to Sue.
These are skates. Put them under the wheels of a car. It's a multi-function fuel pressure tester. Timing toolkit for a Renault. It appears Freddie's coming with us for today. I might put him in the front instead of Lawrence. He'd be more use, wouldn't he? He'd be a lot more interesting to talk to.
Their equipment is disappearing out the door, but Hewenden Road Garage is still refusing to pay. The sheriffs have already been here almost 4 hours. How much longer will it take for Lawrence and Kev to get Sue Bodkin the money she's owed? Back at the squat in Greenwich, it's crunch time. The sheriffs and plainclothes police have been explaining to the squatters that they will be evicted today. The squatters aren't cooperating, and even though the landlord's locksmith has failed to get through the barricaded doors, the sheriffs will get in.
To be honest with you, Conrad, I'm just going to smash it completely to smithereens.
Just smash it a bit. Smash it on the lock side. Just bash it. That's it. Nice work. I've got a legal document to evict you.
Yeah, we are just packing our stuff.
Oh, now you're packing. Now you're packing.
With the sheriffs finally inside, the mood changes. The majority of the squatters realise the game is up and start packing their things.
Now you've got 10 minutes to pack and leave.
The sheriff's job now is to get the occupants packed and out as quickly as possible.
When you pack up, just make sure you've got all your stuff.
Yep.
Because once you're outside, you won't be able to get back inside.
Fair enough.
No problem, thank you. At this stage, they've been quite helpful and they pack up their stuff and they are most willing to leave the premises.
The squatters are cooperating, but they still believe in their case.
Rich people have lots of property and poor people have nothing.
The very same
so I believe the law is wrong. Yeah. But I understand that you're saying this is the law and we have to leave and it belongs to this person. I understand.
I'm not in a position to question.
I know you're not because you follow the law. I'm in a position to question it because I've got a free mind.
Come on, young man.
Young lady.
Young lady, come on, young lady. We don't want to be funny about the occupants inside, but it's the state and the condition that they're able to get these properties into causes a lot of financial damage to the owners of these properties.
It's been quite a siege, but now the sheriffs are where they want to be.
We're inside, now we're occupying the premises. They're out and we're inside. They're all evicted. They're in front of the premises now, obviously waiting to go. But we're happy, we're satisfied, and so is the landlord and the owner.
Enforcement agents, commonly known as sheriffs, can go anywhere in England and Wales to enforce a High Court writ.
Got an High Court writ to attend here today.
At commercial premises, sheriffs are permitted to force entry to remove goods or return a building to its rightful owners.
I'm going to call the locksmith then, sir. Effect entry into the premises and remove all the items.
And with a writ in hand, almost nothing can stop a sheriff.
It doesn't put us down the writ. The writ's still live.
Doesn't matter what the dispute is, you have to pay.
Whether he says he's going to go and defend it, it's entirely up to him. He can do that, but today it will need to be dealt with.
Sheriffs have collected almost £200 million of unpaid court judgments in the last 3 years.
That's what we want to see, that coming out the van.
All cleared up, paid in full.
A High Court writ costs £60. If the sheriffs are successful, there's nothing more to pay. If they're unsuccessful, the only cost is a compliance fee of £75 plus VAT for each enforcement.
The bottom line is, I have a live High Court writ in my possession today. The only way you can prevent further action is to pay in full.
Earlier this series, we saw the sheriffs pay a visit to a Leicestershire dentist. He'd borrowed money from an elderly lady for a business venture, but hadn't paid her back.
We're ordered here by the court today to remove goods to the value of £10,706.66.
With 2 sheriffs on his doorstep, he soon decided to pay up, in full. You might have thought that would be the end of the matter, but it isn't. The elderly lady isn't the only person owed money by the dentist. One of the others is IT contractor Andrew Dixon from Kegworth in Leicestershire. Andrew has known the dentist for many years.
I've known him since my late teens to early 20s as my dentist, and he's always been very affable and approachable. I never had any fear with him.
Andrew had been saving for his upcoming retirement, looking forward to spending less time working and more on his pastimes like metalworking. His problems started when, during one of his regular visits to the dentist surgery, they got to discussing a business plan the dentist had.
He was explaining to me that he had interest in commercial property, warehouses particularly, and he was looking for an investment of $100,000. And over time we talked about it, and it ended up I made an investment of $10,000.
The dentist told Andrew he would earn 10% interest a year on his loan and would receive the interest in regular instalments.
He always backed it up with, and of course I have a dental practice that turns over $200,000 a year, so I personally will guarantee this. I never felt my money would be under any risk at all.
Andrew received 2 interest payments and was awaiting his third when the dentist came back to him with another request for money.
He approached me for a short-term loan, 60 days, and allow him to take up an opportunity of buying shares in a vehicle which he thought was going to be very productive and rewarding. I loaned him $35,000, which he said would be useful for the 60 days.
But after 60 days, the promised full repayment hadn't materialised. Andrew chased him up.
He said to me he'd forgotten, and during the course of that conversation he explained that he was struggling to find the money to repay me and would need a few more months before he'd have the money to repay me the 35,000. I'd also noticed that there'd been a shortage of interest payments on the original 10,000 loan. And I realised after various conversations with him, this money was not going to be coming back.
Andrew visited a financial advisor who told him he was by no means alone in being owed money by the dentist.
When I first saw the paperwork showing the amount that was owed by them, I was gobsmacked. Absolutely floored me. The amount my dentist owes, my understanding is it's a figure in excess of 7 million.
Knowing he was one of many owed money by the dentist hasn't made it any easier dealing with the financial impact.
The loss of the 45,000 has meant I've had to slow down preparation for retirement, and it's taken me some time to work out really what I need to do and reassess my whole life.
In an attempt to get back his money, Andrew took his ex-dentist to court. The dentist didn't contest the case, and a judgment was issued in Andrew's favour, but he still hasn't been paid. It's now up to the sheriffs to try and get this money back. The money Andrew's owed may be only a fraction of the £7 million that's claimed by the dentist's creditors, but it's a big total for Sheriffs Darryl Orriton and Mark Povey to collect today. But they've got a good idea of what assets might be available to use as leverage.
We're going to his home address. We know he's got a Jaguar, which we're hoping is going to be on the drive, get that blocked in. Don't think it's a great value. Let's hope we can get into his house, put a bit of pressure on, see if we can get this money raised.
There's no sign of the Jaguar, and it doesn't seem anyone's home. But eventually, Darryl's persistence pays off.
Good morning.
Sorry, but not had enough.
Right. Is he at work? Could you get him on the phone for us?
The dentist's wife tells Darryl her husband has applied for an individual voluntary arrangement, or IVA, a form of insolvency. She says it will be agreed within the week and makes all of his debts unenforceable.
Right, so there's nothing in place at the moment then. You just try and give him a call for me.
The wife goes inside to try and get hold of her husband, leaving the door open. Darryl uses his powers as a sheriff and makes peaceful entry.
Just need to wait in here.
The dentist's wife quickly gets her husband on the phone. He claims he has an interim bankruptcy order that protects him from creditors until the IVA is in place.
He's telling me there's no money available. He's telling me I can't do anything in there because of this interim order. Which, if it is all above board, then that is correct.
If the dentist can prove the interim order is in place, the sheriffs will have to stop the enforcement. But until proof arrives, Darryl isn't giving up. He lists goods in the house. Then he and Mark set off in pursuit of the dentist's Jaguar.
We're off now to the dentist practice, so we'll get there, try and block his Jag in, put a bit of pressure on him in there, see if we can get any money raised.
And arriving at the surgery, there's the Jag. They block it in and head to reception.
See what he's got to say for himself.
But who's that heading inside? It's the dentist himself. Unfortunately, he's also spotted Darryl and Mark.
Oh, he locked us out. That's not very nice, is it?
Morning.
Morning. I've come for me molars to be done.
Have you?
While Darryl tries the polite way in, Mark checks round the back. And with the tradesman's entrance unlocked, he seizes his chance to make his own peaceful entry.
He locked his door. I think so.
But where's the dentist? He doesn't seem keen on talking to the sheriffs.
Come on. Sorry, mate. We'll hang around for a bit to see if he surfaces. Got his car blocked in.
Darryl's not had a hider like this before.
We've had him walk off. You know, leave us in the house, tell us to lock the door when we do, and do what. But we haven't played hide and seek before, have we?
With the dentist refusing to come out, Darryl makes a call to Lawrence in the office to discuss his next step.
He's done one. He's ran upstairs and hid. Okay, cheers. Bye. Bye. Got the car in, but 04 plate. I'll have a little look on Auto Trader, see what the value is, but it ain't going to be 87 grand, is it?
With the dentist refusing to converse, Darryl and Mark can do nothing else but join the patients in the waiting room. After 10 minutes, the dentist still doesn't want to show his face, but he sends an employee with the paperwork confirming his interim order.
Has that just come through now, or is it? Yeah.
It's a body blow for Darryl and Mark's hopes of getting Andrew back the money that was rightfully his.
No other proceedings or no execution or other legal process may be commenced or continued against the debtor or his property, except with the leave of court.
The order means, for the time being, no debts can be collected from the dentist. It's a disappointing end to Darryl and Mark's game of cat and mouse. The worst news for Andrew Dixon is, it looks unlikely he or any of the dentist's many creditors will ever see their money again.
And I think by the time the bankruptcy process has followed through, I'll have let go fully emotionally and learnt my lessons and get on with things, which I'm starting to do now.
Although they couldn't get his money, Andrew is pleased he asked the sheriffs to help.
They've tried their best, and it's very pleasing to know they've been around rattling his doorknob.
At Hewenden Road Garage in Hastings, Sheriffs Lawrence and Kev have been trying to get payment for puppeteer Sue Bodkin. She bought a van that broke down only days later. Lawrence has been patiently going through all the garage's equipment, removing items that aren't on finance. Now, after more than 4 hours, the garage owner realises the sheriffs won't be put off. Finally, he agrees to pay. The money will be paid on a card by the owner's wife. To make it as quick as possible, the sheriffs, the owner, and the goods are all on their way to meet her.
So we're off to Eastbourne. It's basically to save the effort of the debtor going there and back. We're following them there, we'll take the payment from them there, and then we'll make our way from there.
Finally, they get the go-ahead for the payment. But disaster strikes. The card machine isn't working.
I've literally just turned it on and it's coming up return terminal to base station.
Lawrence thinks the problem lies with the phone mast in Eastbourne. He suggests they all hit the road again in search of a better signal.
What are you going to do if we're not getting a signal? Nothing we can do. I don't know.
But it becomes clear the problem is the machine, and it isn't going to be fixed, so they all pull over.
What I propose we do is we go our separate ways, you make your payment by whatever method, and then we'll bring your stuff back. It's our fault the damn machine isn't working, so, you know, I'll put myself out now to sort it out, yeah?
Lawrence and Kev drive the removed goods away. It's not been a great end to the day.
That's as bad as it could get.
Not an ideal situation. You know, it's the best we can do if the card machine won't work. All in all, really, we were about 8 hours and didn't manage to secure a payment. So we've still got the goods in the vehicle. Freddie has got to stay with us overnight tonight, and I'll be returning him in the morning.
Is that the oddest thing we've taken?
It's
one of the most
peculiar.
peculiar.
It's got to be getting there, isn't it?
Yeah. Get your own.
But the nightmare had a happy ending. Some days later, the garage entered into a payment plan, and puppeteer Sue Bodkin finally got the money that is rightfully hers, in full. Sue is visiting a unique piece by Britain's best-known street artist, Banksy. She's chosen this location because she knows her favourite sheriff, Kev, is a Banksy fan. So was it worth taking her claim all the way to the sheriffs?
It shows that if you are struggling and someone takes you for a ride, that if you find the courage, you can go forward and fight for your rights and get people made accountable. I'm really, really grateful to the enforcers for all they've done. So thanks, Kev and Lawrence.
The garage owner told us that he thought he had agreed with Sue Bodkin that she would return the van to him and he would give her £750 back. He accepted that it was a mistake on his behalf not to have raised this in court, and said he hadn't realised until after the court hearing that Sue had disposed of the van, following legal advice she had received.
The bailiff knock.
For most people, one encounter with the sheriffs is more than enough to make them realise it's better to pay up the money they owe before it gets to that stage.
Oh, you take the
Well, not a pleasure, but thank you very much.
No,
thank you very much.
But today, Sheriffs Pete Spencer and Dave Lockwood are going back to the same company for the third time.
On his way to Southern UK Road Services just outside Manchester. The total due today is £1,303.95, and he's been in a payment plan to pay monthly, and he's failed his payment plan. That's why we're returning today to potentially remove goods to the value of, or to collect the balance in full.
Previously, Pete had two separate encounters with the director of a company called Southern UK Road Services. They were there on behalf of a former employee, Leslie Stonier. A court had ruled that she had been unfairly dismissed by the company. A judge awarded her £8,500. When Southern UK Road Services failed to pay, Leslie turned to the sheriffs for help.
Well, listen, I'm a director of the company. I'm now asking you to leave the premises.
Phone the police.
I will do.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. If you want to explain to them when you do phone them that we've got a writ to attend here and that's why I'm on the premises.
Pete found the director a somewhat tricky customer.
So we're not here really to even enter a discussion about how much it's full payment or remove. No, they want to remove.
Pete's tough negotiating meant their second standoff ended with the company director paying half the money owed to Leslie Stonier in one lump sum. Since then, further payments have been made, but these haven't continued as agreed. With the debt also rising through interest and fees, Pete is now going back for Act 3 to get this debt settled once and for all.
He won't be given a final option now to catch up with a payment plan. He's failed that, and that's been his last option now.
Unlike most of their visits, Pete knows the layout of this premises like the back of his hand and can plan accordingly.
There's a locked gate, we've got barbed wire on the top. We may have to get a locksmith to effect entry for us. Might have a problem getting in this morning, but we'll see how we go.
As they arrive, Pete's prediction is proved right.
The gate is shut, so we will have to give him a call. Hi, good morning. It's Mr. Spencer. I've been before. He's one of the directors that I could speak to. Are you the guy I spoke to last time when we did the payment? Okay, thanks. There you go. He's going to see if he can find the director, so he's obviously on site, so we'll just wait and see if he appears or rings me back.
As they wait, a man comes out of the office and introduces himself as the company accountant.
That's going to have to be paid today or else we are removing goods.
He tells Pete Southern UK Road Services only has £30 in its account, somewhat less than the outstanding debt they're there to collect.
I need to come in and see him anyway, so if we can come in and see him.
Pete is less than convinced.
A big company like this has no way got £30 in an account, hopefully.
As they park up, the accountant disappears back into the office.
This door will be locked. The front door locked it behind him and he's locked it again now, so I'm going to have to tell them that they need to be letting us in, otherwise we'll be getting a locksmith. So.
But then the door opens to reveal a familiar face. It's the company director, who has good reason to remember Pete and our camera.
Not on camera again.
That's your choice, but I'm coming in anyway today, whether you let me in or not, so...
Not on camera, okay, because I've got a...
We're told to wait outside while Pete gets on with the familiar task of putting the squeeze on the director.
Obviously, you failed your monthly agreement, aren't you, by the sound of it?
Inside, the director is adamant he can't pay any money and says Pete will just have to wait. He also says the majority of the equipment in the yard is leased through a third party and so can't be removed. This isn't good enough for Pete. He tells the director it's payment in full or removal of goods. The only question is, will there be enough removable assets in the yard that do belong to the company to cover the debt? With the director forced to accept his goods are being removed and realizing this time no excuses are going to prevent it, he decides he's seen enough of Pete and heads off. With Pete satisfied there's more than enough assets inside, it's time to call the tow truck.
After 3 o'clock, we've probably been here about 3 hours now, 3.5 hours. Director's disappeared, says just take whatever we need to take. He's planning on paying in full tomorrow. He's got the 5 days anyway. So what we've done is we've removed a forklift truck, some battery operated traffic lights, a trailer and a couple of LED screens.
If necessary, these can now be sold to clear what's still left of Southern UK Road Services debt to Leslie Stonier.
Hopefully he's going to pay in full and that'll be all sorted.
For Pete, with a truck full of assets, it's a case of third time lucky.
He did say before he left he would be paying tomorrow and he would be getting the goods back tomorrow once he's paid in full, so we'll just have to wait and see if he pays in full or the items are going to the auction to recover the outstanding amount. That's a job well done today.
And despite saying they would pay off the debt the next day to get back their removed assets, Southern UK Road Services didn't. As the assets are too big to move easily, they were sold by an auction house online to raise funds to pay off the debt. So Leslie Stonier finally got at least some of the money she was owed.